What's good, y'all? J Boogie in full effect mode. Bun down is the sound. You know how we do. This is, of course, the Lounge Presents podcast. We're streaming on live on YouTube right now, as we are every time we go live. And in the lounge space today, we have 5 firsts and 1 return. And I'll explain that to you in just a second. One of these 5 have actually spent some time within the lounge space previously, while the other 5, this will be their first time. So they pop in that lounge chair. I first saw these 5 perform at I believe it was a spring recital for a local school here in Winnipeg. I didn't even know that they were performing. I had no idea because they actually were on last. So after sitting through all the classes and what have you, which was a mix of different dance styles, but I mean, obviously I was leaning more towards all the hip hop stuff. I didn't know that this was happening until the day of, because someone told me, "Oh, Genie? Yeah, I think he's performing at the end of the show." I'm like, "A word? All right, well, if he does, well, let's see what's going on, right?" And the show comes up, and I see y'all come up on stage, and I'm like, "Okay, this should be interesting." My first thought is, all right, well, these 5 gotta have something, because Genie ain't gonna pick no, like, you know what I'm saying? No, like, I know this guy, man. He's not gonna just y'all gotta have something. So I looked at everyone on stage. I'm like, okay, who's everyone there? Like, I was like middle. So it's kind of far to watch if you think about it, because middle for a hip hop performance, I really should have caught that more up close. But like I said again, I didn't know this was gonna happen. So then we all start. And the first thing is song choice. Obviously, it probably won't surprise you. Song choice always makes a huge difference for me, especially if it's hip-hop routine. If that joint don't hit with me, I already know I'm not going to enjoy the performance. That's just, the way it is. And then I heard the joint, and I went, oh, shit. Oh, shit, they're not playing. They're not playing, because the joint y'all danced to was Ye featuring Bon Iver, Lost in the World, which in and of itself is a pretty powerful joint off of probably one of Kanye's best records, Beautiful Dark Fantasy. So I'm like, okay, I think I'm going to pay attention, because it looks like these boys about to get serious. And then you finished. And I can honestly say, I was surprised, because I expected a level of talent, obviously. And it was I expected definitely intermediate to advanced or up. And so after you guys finished, I wasn't sure what I was going to do, because I was like, my first inclination when I watch something that I enjoy is to throw gunshots. And I'm like, I can't throw gunshots in Tech Bach. People are gonna think this crazy shit. Like, why is this man standing up, going all up in the goddamn place? I'm like, no, but I really need to express like how I feel about this performance. And like, what do I do? I'm like, oh, I guess I'll throw some really tame, like, dog barks. Couple like, just but not enough to like cause too much attention. But I'll be perfectly honest with you, and I know how y'all know what I'm talking about, because we hip hop like that. When you fucking dig what you enjoy, you get fucking loud, you smack shit. You know what I'm saying? And one of the most frustrating things was I couldn't smack a wall. There was no wall to fucking slap. I couldn't throw up the gunshots. I couldn't, you know what I'm saying? I had to be my little meat dog barks, like. I was like, that's all I could. And I was like, I don't know, because I knew I was going to dip out after. So I knew I wasn't going to see y'all after. And I was like, man, I need to get these guys on the fucking pod so that we can talk about this. Well, not just that, but obviously, after seeing that performance, that gave me nothing but more questions to learn a little more about each and every one of you that I don't know. So I want to tell you all personally now that I have the opportunity, y'all fucking killed.
Thank you.
Appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate
Appreciate you.
No. Y'all killed.
Yeah.
I mean, it's facts. Like we can say it again, but that's just the truth. You know what I mean? If we're gonna come here, we're gonna come here, dog.
Salute all day. Salute all fucking day because y'all
appreciate you, OG. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Now, we've been talking about hip hop. We've been talking about the experience of hip hop. We've been talking about how we who live hip hop experience things. When were y'all first experiencing this culture? How were you first exposed to hip hop culture?
I guess we'll start with Genie first, and then he can choose.
What? No, I was.
There you go. I mean, I know Genie's story, but
no, fearless leader has to go first, bro.
Listen,
fearless leader has to go first.
I'll be quick about it. Then Jay, I'm gonna toss it to you.
Yes, I get it.
Yeah, no. When I was young, my big sister was the one who first taught me my first couple of moves when I was about like 13 or 14. So really started late, but obviously it's just kind of things that run in the family, right? Not necessarily like hip hop, but just like music being in the family, movement being in the family, dance being at church. Like this is just kind of how you grew up, right? Like the culture of movement and music is just like part of your upbringing. So my sister taught me my first couple of moves. I was like hooked right away, but I didn't really understand or know about the hip hop part of what I was learning until like way later on, when I started to listen to a gentleman who I later on realized was Rakim, right? So listening to Rakim and listening to Don't Sweat the Technique for the first time, I was like, all the moves that I've been practicing somehow go to this song, so there must be something going on here, you know what I mean? And I was hooked from there. And then, you just record everything you possibly can back in the day, right? So you take your VHS tape, you record the commercial that has any choreography on it, and you're off to the races, right? So it's kind of like discovering the movement and then attaching it to the culture kind of later on, and now here we are. So that's my long story short. Jay, talk to the people.
There you go. Right. Anan, what's up?
All right. Me? Yeah, Han, you're next, bro. You got called out.
Yeah, I guess I'll go. So me first, I was introduced to dance through reality TV shows back in India, and I was 6, and it was super commercial, in the way it was, but I really liked like everyone who was performing, and I kind of tried imitating them. And then there were like these 2 movies that were released. They're kind of like the step up of Bollywood. It's called ABCD, Anybody Can Dance. And I don't know how much influence it has on the Western part of the world, but it really did have a big influence on me wanting to get into this culture and practice it. And later on, I started doing like I showed it to my parents, right? They were like, okay, he's got some moves. He can, I guess he can move. And then I started moving, I started dancing, I started learning, started performing. And I was doing, like, I was in a dance team for an inter college fest, but then I moved here 2 years ago, and I was lost. I don't know how to enter the scene here. I really wanted to. So I looked up classes here, and I see Mr. Genie himself teaching a hip hop class. And I texted him, is there a battle scene here? I feel like I don't know anything about it. And he's like, you've come to the right place. And he added me to the group chat. And he welcomed me. And it was very nice. And even though I didn't even meet these people, I already felt welcome for some reason. And then I started going to the jams. And it's only been a year since I started battling. And yeah, that's basically how I end up here, I guess. Yeah.
Respect, brethren. Respect. All right, let's move to Franz.
Yeah. So my brother, when I was very, very little, he started b-boying, and I thought, that's so sick. I want to be like him. I never really learned a lot, but I was like, that was my first introduction to anything with the hip hop culture. And from there, around middle school, I had a mentor named Rolly Layson, and he would bring in different people like Genie, like Joe Boy Rock,
Nice.
like Jonelle. There's these people that were just like so much more ingrained in the culture, and that
What school is this?
this was at HC Avery.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hold up. H.C. Avery. It's not an elementary school.
it's a middle school. Middle school.
It's middle school. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I like that.
Um,
I'm young, God.
Yes. Honestly,
Fuck
no.
yes.
I think
Sorry.
the
That's
sooner the better with hip hop. You know, because it's a beautiful thing. But yeah, so learn from a bunch of different people across the city, and then more recently, I started picking up breaking and trying to learn breaking. And I just had my first battle on Saturday with Jay Little.
Did you enter on Saturday?
Yes. I was there.
Hey, what?
We got eliminated first round, but that's okay. You know,
We all do.
You gotta be eliminated.
We all
It's
did.
gotta happen.
Tell me about it, bro.
We all do. We all did.
The battle scene, the culture, just sharing that space and that energy and those vibes and getting to really bounce off one another. You know what I mean? Converse with one another through movement, through music. It's a beautiful thing. And
Hell yes.
yeah, man.
I love it, man. Love it. Robin, what are you saying?
Yeah, so myself, I started dancing from school days, but in those times I was not like actually doing street dance, or I'm not like actually into the community, but I still do dancing like the commercial thing. We people have movie songs, and every movie they have choreographies and everything. So we just like watch the videos and take the choreography and we perform. But after joining the college, I joined in a crew where they strictly perform street dance styles like breaking, hip hop, blocking, house, and all those styles. And then when I was performing in my like the joining of the college, they have usual functions, so I just performed there. And then the seniors of the dance team, they just invited me to join their team. And from there, I slowly started to know about all the street dance styles and how it is done. That's how I just got introduced into all those styles. And then I chose like locking. I liked locking, and then people started to say it puts your character and everything. So I started to train more in that. And then even though I'm like learning all the different styles, but still like that one was something meant for me, I would say. So I just chose that, and then I started to train more in it. And then I started to plan to do my higher studies, and wanted to move here and know the culture more, because I was just dancing more there, but not getting educated about the proper history or the source.
Mhm.
I thought of moving to US first, but was like I had like too many complications, they have too many restrictions, and then I thought of moving to Canada, where we have still the pioneers living around, where I have a chance to learn from them.
Mhm.
So I plan to move here, and the actual plan was to like learn more and travel more and dance more, but yeah, like more life scenarios. I got stuck with my school, work, and everything. But still, whenever we get chance, I'm just trying to hang out and still be in the community. But yeah, that's how I introduced, and I'm still thriving for it. And yeah, hopefully it goes good the future. Yes,
Robin, where did you move from?
from India.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Dope. Sick. Jay Little.
All right. Mine's a bit of a long story, but we'll try and make it
Let's
quick.
go.
first introduction to hip hop was in the year 2004 when I was
Yo,
about
he's got receipts.
6 years old when I watched the Yeah music video like by Usher. It changed my life. And then like a lot of my family in Winnipeg here live in like the north end and is very like streets. So like I was always listening to hip hop growing up. Didn't really get introduced to dance till I would say about high school. And it was mainly just choreo stuff. I am big into different genres of music, so like K-pop was a big inspiration for dance as well. And then later on, I think like right after COVID, I met up with Dana of 393, big homie of mine.
Definitely salute.
Yeah, so I joined her dance team, her K-pop group, Illicit.
Illicit.
Yeah, still dancing with them to this day.
Okay.
And then, like I would say, in the past like year and a half ish, I joined 393 and got to learn the rest of like hip hop culture through there. And then, yeah, ended up getting picked to be on the varsity team with these guys right here. And yeah, like continuing to learn and grow, not just from these guys, but like other people in our scene. Franz talked about a couple of them. Joe Boy Rock, Joe Fresh, also breaking. So the breaking scene is very much like dear to my heart right now. And then there's still like people like I still look up to in our scene that I haven't really got a chance to really learn much from them, but like, you know, always willing to. Kilu-san, you know, great, amazing at house, and just even also like the Kiki scene as well is something I'm very interested in, just to like, you know, add a bit more feminine touch to it as well.
The Kiki scene, I am so intimidated by.
No, it's crazy. But like I get invited to go with like Dana to some of the shows, and I'm like, oh my gosh, there's like these like people have so much confidence that I just don't have to do. But like whether it's the fashion part of it or just even the performances they have to show off is just like amazing.
Man, when it comes to Kiki, right? Like, yo, they groove something crazy, right? And I remember when it first started to pop off, I'd like watch it and be like, okay, cool, you know, this is dope. I can roll with this, right? And then I look at a lot of the movements, and I'm like, I think I could do that. Hold up, I think I could do. And I was like, okay, you know what? I think I could do this. But like, I'll be honest, like, I can do it, but I don't think I look good doing it. So I.
No, I feel the same way. Like every time I tried practicing like stuff, Dad was always like, "Nah, you don't look good." And I'm like, "I'm trying. Like, what do you want me to do?" But there's like, it's not even just like the Vogue scene as well. It's also like I am a big fan of whacking at the moment as well. So like just dipping my fingers in that as well, popping. Like I kind of have like all my fingers in different like cups right now. It's kind of gross, but you know what? People are just gonna drink that backwash anyways.
Damn.
Quotes.
Went there like that. You know, quotes. Put that online, right? That's gonna pop up on social.
I did the whole dip your finger in the water thing. I'm like, how do I like wrap this up in a nice way
to go even further?
Yeah.
Yo, for real though. Yo, I like what I'm hearing. A lot of similarities, some differences, but it really points to something that I think I try to point out as much as possible, whenever possible, that we all kind of got into hip hop through different means. You know what I'm saying? Different scenes, different disciplines. You know what I mean? But now that you're here now, yo, let's go. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Now, when it comes to the culture, when it comes to hip hop culture, it's the influence obvious. I mean, you brought up K-pop. What better influence can you find for hip hop than K-pop? When it comes to the influence of hip hop and how it's able to bring people in, what was it about the culture itself that brought you five in? What was it that made you say, I identify with that, I can feel it, and I want to get down with it?
I guess I can go first because might as well keep yapping while I still can.
There
A part of it was obviously, the music. Grew up around the music. Everyone listening to like, the Eminems, the Outcasts, like different scenes like the Bay, East Coast, like Atlanta, all that. But it's not just the music for me. It's also like the fashion, like the people I grew up with or like the people I grew up around. They were always dressed up in that like I would say stereotypical. I don't know if that's the right word to say, but like hip
That's all
hop
good, man.
that hip hop fashion. And then I always
It's not-
thought it was so cool growing up, right? So
Oh yeah.
a part of it was just trying to replicate what I was seeing in media.
It makes sense. Yo, dog, it makes sense. Our culture moves units. People use our culture to move units. Of course, that's what you're going to see. That's this world.
Yeah.
You just always have to remember it's ours. It's one thing you can
Facts.
never forget. It's ours. They can make all the money off it because we can't control that. But at the end of the day, it's still ours.
Yeah.
It's
All
not
right.
theirs. It's ours.
With
You know?
that, I'm gonna just pass it to Robin so he can answer next.
Robin, let's go.
Yeah, for me, music, of course, they have different genre of musics. But on top of it, I like the freestyle part of the culture where like there is no end, so it's just endless. You can like move however you feel like, and you don't have to like just even though you watch and admire people, at the end of the day, not going to move like them. It's going to be your inner voice which is going to ask you to move in a different way. You're gonna hear music in a different way, and you're going to move differently. And also the community we have, everywhere you go, there is a community for the culture, and you just engage with them. You don't feel like you're separated because even I stayed in Ontario for 2 years, and then I moved here. After moving here, I feel more connected because this community is smaller and they all are so welcoming, and I can still find my joy over here. Yeah, those are my things which I like more about this culture.
That's sick. And yo, Robin, legit, how many times a day are you freestyle?
Freestyle?
How many times a day are you freestyling just randomly on your own, on your day to day?
Recently, I'm not practicing much, but still,
Okay.
I work at Rec Room.
Okay.
I still move because I hear music all day.
Yeah.
I just still do my freestyle there.
There you go.
So you cannot like separate me from freestyle. Wherever I go,
right?
I just still move. Yeah.
Exactly. Franz, what are you saying? What brought you in?
Ooh, for me, definitely the community. It's definitely community. I love the music. Music's always gonna be the part of it, but I think as someone who, especially I want to say, more recently, I've been trying to learn a lot more about the hip hop culture and really ingrain myself into it. It's the people that are so open to any questions that you have or any knowledge that you want to know. You know what I mean? It's like people that really love and live hip hop are not gonna gatekeep this. This is something to be shared, you know. So, for example, people like Gene, all these people in the call right now, you know, they all have something that they want to share, that they're willing to share, and that's what keeps me in it. That's what brought me in, because I want to know, I want to learn, and I can share it with all these people.
Sick, love it.
For me, it's majorly three reasons, which I'll try to say it quickly. But one, I used to try everything as a kid. I've just been very curious. I want to see what I'm good at. I try sports. Learn instruments. I try and go way too much into academics. And dancing was kind of always there. Like it was one constant that I just never grew out of. But at the same time, I only considered it as a hobby, like less than a hobby perchance. But so everyone, then I started asking people like, what do you think is my thing? Or because everyone wants a thing, everyone wants to feel like they belong, and you want to go into a room and say that, okay, I'm good at this and I belong here. And everyone started saying dance is your thing, and I started responding to it more, and then I started practicing it, and I realized it is. That was one. Second would be the music, as Robin said, and like the music is just, you start hearing it in a different way when you freestyle, and you just fall in love with the whole experience that you get, which leads me to my third point, which is I forget about everything that's going on outside of, like, or going on in my life that does not concern dance. And when I'm dancing, I'm not thinking about anything. I don't think I'm even thinking about dancing. I'm just
You're not. No, you're just moving.
try to think what to do
It's just
next.
instinctual. You're not thinking about it. You're just moving instinctually.
And yeah, you can't plan, right? Because you're feeling, you're experiencing, and that's the magical part about it. Just made me want to like fall in love with it, and yeah, it makes me feel like I belong.
Hey, that's fucking sick. You see that? What Ahan just said just now. It makes me feel like he dropped a bar. Guy dropped a bar. Because what? Who can't relate to that? Who can't relate to that? Jeannie, you can't say your sister.
No. Shout out to this media trained crew I got here. This is dope. Good job, guys. Now, what's it called? Accessibility is a big thing for me that I saw coming in.
Hey,
One reason that I find interesting, like when I say I came in at like 12, 13, whatever, when you think about like other styles, that's like very late to start dance, so to speak. Like when you
yes,
think about other
yes.
styles, like they're like, yeah, I've been dancing since I was 3, I've been dancing since I was 4, and we're just like, we
Yep.
started yesterday, and now here we are, kind
Yep.
of thing, right? But so when dance started to creep into my life, like I like actively rejected it because I felt like the dance that I was seeing, which was more classical styles, it felt like I was just seeing the same person over and over again do various movements. You know what I mean? So when hip hop came along, it was the first time that I felt that like I was seeing all kinds of people, right? It didn't matter skin color, body type, height, age, none of it mattered, right? You had the 50-year-old homie who got down, and you had the 7-year-old smoking everybody. It was like a universal thing. It didn't matter what it was, you know what I mean? So
Look at Jeannie calling me out like that. Like what?
Bro, I
Bro
don't know
just
what
gave me
age you are, but
PTSD
here's
from
the-
like this weekend, bro. He gave me
I was telling you
PTSD.
right now, straight up, right? Like, guy, drop a beat and Jay will still smoke you today. It's just as simple as that. You know what I mean? And then we had some 7-year-olds in the jam last Saturday that I don't want to be caught in an alleyway with at all, right? So like, so to me, like accessibility, that ability to say that this is the one culture and the one art form that like is inviting to everybody and is possible for everyone. You know what I mean? Like that to me is irreplaceable. And that's because it speaks more to the fact that this is like we're saying, like this whole thing, where it speaks more to the fact that this is a culture as opposed to a means to an end, as opposed to just like a practice or a medium.
Yeah.
This is a whole cultural experience that therefore everybody and anybody and their grandma can get involved, obviously doing it respectfully in the right way. But it's designed to bring people in, and that's why it's grown so quickly, and that's why it's taken over the planet 3 times over, is because it is quite literally designed for anybody to say, oh, if you like this, you're in. You know what I mean? And then you'd obviously like pay your dues and do your thing and all that, right? But the accessibility part was really impressive to me because I hadn't seen that anywhere else. You know what I mean? So that's what brought me in, and that's what keeps me in, and that's what we're obviously trying to keep alive as we go through the years.
Jeannie, you bring up a very good point that has been the case literally since the inception of this culture. This has always been something that the kids were able to do who couldn't afford to play hockey, who couldn't afford to do gymnastics. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of those sports are expensive. Football, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of our parents were immigrants, right? So they weren't concerned like, with like their kids being able to play on a sports team. They're concerned about paying the bills, putting food on the table, trying to put 10% aside at least or something. You know what I mean? So they can take the fam for a vacay later on. So it's not going to be first and foremost in their heads, but it was always an opportunity if you were a creative, because I mean the one barrier is if you're not creative, it's just it's not happening. Just don't find something else. Trust me. If you ain't creative, hip hop's not for you. But if you are a creative, this is an opportunity for you to express what you feel inside and a gift that you were obviously born with, and to share that gift and make yourself vulnerable by sharing that gift with other people and communicating with other people through that gift. And it didn't cost you a lick to do that.
Free 99, baby.
This is beautiful. And you know what? It didn't cost you anything to come in. 10, 20, 30 years from now, you could be walking away with a bag because of what you first started.
Which many have done.
That's hip hop.
X.
Damn. That's
There you
hip-hop.
go.
Thank you so much for sharing that. Those are very important stories that have to be told over and over again. We go back to the commonality of things. When other people are watching this episode and every episode that we've dropped, they're going to relate to one of you, or they can relate to all of you, and they're going to hear something you say, and then it's going to say, oh, yo, so I can do this? Bet, let's go. And it won't cost them a lick. I love that. I love that we can do that. And I love that there are talents like yourselves that continue that inspiration forward. Probably one of the things I love the most about what I see in Winnipeg right now, in Toronto, in Vancouver. And I'm only speaking about those two markets specifically because those are the ones I'm most familiar with and the ones that I know the most about. But it's like, I mean, at the end of the day, you are part of a larger collective, a global collective. Think about it. You were connected to so many people because of your love for this culture. And because of that, that's why we welcome you into the culture, because we see your love of the culture and how you brought it into you and how much you cherish it and like respect it and revere it. And then it just says, yo, I think we're going to be okay. I think this culture is going to be okay. So long as each successive generation continues to have that mentality, I think we'll be okay.
Yeah.
So thank you for sharing those stories. Now, one story I would definitely like to get into. 6 of you, one team, happened to be called The Team. How'd this come about?
Robin.
That
No. So go ahead. Let's do it this way, right? We all know X-Men, right? I've obviously been a fan of X-Men for a long time, and the one character in X-Men that has always fascinated me was Xavier, literally. And the thing that fascinates me about Xavier is, I forget what the name of that room that he goes into. Where he,
Cerebro.
Cerebro, yeah.
I got
He
you.
He walks in there, and then he can see like mutants on the screen and where they are. Then the X-Men get in the whip, and then they go and find the mutant. They're like, "You need to join the X-Men." They're like, "Oh, we don't want to." Blah blah blah. Right? But like this whole idea of like seeing mutants out there and being like, "Yo, that person should be one of us," and we go from there. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of how like I see the world sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, we're talking about the culture. When you see somebody that's about it, like for me. And these 4 guys right here, like I've been watching them for like a long time, or at least as long as they've been around, right? So known Jalil through the battle scene for a while. I've known Franz even before, obviously like through teaching through Rolly, but also like seeing his come up through teaching and getting to the battle scene as well. Robin and Ahan showed up out of nowhere in my class, and I was like, excuse me, right? Like, you know what I mean? So once I came into contact with these guys, I kind of like pulled back and I decided to just like observe for a while, right? Observe their movements, observe their behaviors, and see if this thing that I was hopefully thinking of creating one day could work, right? And then basically the idea of beginning this team, like the team taking every approach from music, I've always wanted to be on a crew where we just kind of a crew of dudes and we just do dope shit. You know what I mean? Like, just to be perfectly honest, you know what I mean? Like, not even sugarcoating it, but just like doing dope shit and like representing for like just straight up like male energy for like a quick second. You know what I mean? And just bringing that to the forefront has been a big goal of mine for a long time. So I remember thinking, okay, well, let it happen naturally, right? Obviously, the opportunity will come, but let it happen naturally, you know? I remember getting that message from Ahan and being like, all right, well, you know, send this kid here. Let's see what happens, whatever. And I remember I told Ahan the story just the other day. I was like, all right, cool, let me chill. And then I was between teaching gigs and I was trying to go somewhere where like I could be alone for a second, you know what I mean? And just like not run into anybody or whatever the case was. And I was like, yo, I won't know anybody at the New Burger on Route 90, like way out there in the woods, you know what I mean? So like I'm walking there, have my little meal, and then keep going. And I walk in, he's like, "Hey, Genie, what's up?" I'm like, "God, damn it," right? Like, you know, which was totally fine, but it was like it's kind of one of those things where it's like, no, like it was one of those signs that said you need to start this thing now. Like this guy's coming about in your life. You know, Jalo's always around, Fran's always around. Robin came to one class, and I was like, no, this guy's too dope to ignore. Like, let's make this happen, you know? So Casimiro, who runs Nafro Dance Productions, hit me up and said that he wanted me to enter a piece for their Moving Inspirations Dance Festival, which happened last November, whatever the case was, of 2025. Okay. He hit me up about that in like May of 2025, so like way early. And he's like, the only catch is whatever you do, Genie, you need to be on stage doing it with whoever you're doing it with. If you're doing a solo, fine, but you need to dance with them, which was like, because it would have been easy for me to just like send anybody and then like choreograph something for it and then send them out there. But the fact that he wanted me to be on stage with whatever I would put on stage, I was like, all right, cool. Then this is the opportunity now to start that idea that I've been kind of milling over for the last year. And who better than to go back to these four guys that I've been observing in Cerebro for the last like year or so before that, you know what I mean? And it's just perfect. It was just like those situations where I'm like, with what I'm thinking of creating, which is the piece that you saw, like I couldn't think of any better cats to bring this thing to life with the different skill sets that these guys bring than the cats on the screen right now. You know what I'm saying? So it all kind of worked out that way. Plus, also, not only just creating that piece, but having something that was longer lasting. You know, we start all of our rehearsals with a giant cipher until one of us says, all right, that's it. You know what I mean? Right? Like also in a situation where it's not just the piece being created, but I could personally get back to training as well and being surrounded by cats that like will push me as well. You know what I mean? So not a whole like just leadership thing, but really like put myself back in the fire and be like, I got to keep up with these guys. You know what I mean? So that's big for me here. And that's kind of how the whole thing came about. And it was a real collaborative effort. So like as much as this is the team that I started, this is like the team that each and every one of these guys run as well. You know what I mean? It's easy for me to kind of step to the back and any one of them can take over rehearsal at any point in time. You know what I'm saying? So that's the strength of this crew right here, is that any one of us in any scenario, be it choreo, be it battle, be it freestyle, like we can all hold our own together and apart. You know what I mean? So watch out.
Okay. Well, then that makes me want to ask the fellas, yo, is he a James McAvoy or Patrick Stewart?
Oh, dude, he's OG. He's Patrick Stewart.
Patrick Stewart.
Okay.
He's the OG.
For sure.
There you go. I'm glad you said.
Well, with the hair,
crazy.
with the hair though.
Yeah. I'm gonna shave it off. Get a wheelchair.
There you go. Okay, solid. No, I can definitely roll with that. That makes a lot of sense. I kind of assumed that Genie was the driving factor, but I didn't want to assume, but I was very much like, I bet it was Genie. I bet Genie was the spark. But so I had to ask. Now,
I mean, once they all said yes, then it was really about them at that point. It's like they easily could have been like, nah, I'm busy. I'm like, all right, cool, never mind. I'll go.
Dog, you found your X-Men.
Dibs on
there you go.
Nightcrawler. I'm
There you go.
Nightcrawler. I call dibs.
Halo's Nightcrawler for sure.
Oh, so you're Nightcrawler, huh? Okay. So then who are the other guys? If you're Nightcrawler, who are the other guys?
You know what? I'm gonna say Robin's Gambit because that guy's always throwing jokes.
That's
Okay.
And then I gotta think of no, this is kind of hard because I'm thinking of all the other ones and I'm like, you know what? I'll say a Hans Iceman because
Hey,
with those stunts he does, dude, that's cold.
Okay,
Facts.
okay.
And then I'm
There you go.
gonna say Franz is rogue because that guy, like, he can just like blend in, copy. He's
Okay.
like
Versatility.
anywhere we need a whole field, he's right there.
And not because he's fly as fuck with like a white streak down the middle of his hair or anything.
No, this guy-
Okay. Just checking, because you know.
I mean,
Yeah.
nah.
He's got good hair. We all got good hair.
Say
There
word,
you
say
go.
word. Nah,
This
for
is
real.
the hair squad.
So the piece that you did for Drop and Dance, was that executed specifically for that recital, or was that something you had in the can?
No, so that's what we made for the Moving Inspirations Festival specifically. And then the drop-in
Okay.
show was the drop-in
So that
show
wasn't the
happened
first-
to be like the
okay.
following month. Yeah. That was our second run of it,
Oh,
which went a lot better, I think. Better, but either way. But yeah, that was our second time running it at that point. And
I think that I think what you were saying also, just like contextually for the audience, it meant something different as well, if I remember right.
Yeah. Well, the first time we did it was cool because we got to design our own lighting like from scratch, which was dope. Like to really
Yeah.
accent all those moments. You know what I mean? Obviously,
Yeah,
we weren't
yeah.
gonna get that at the drop-in thing because that's just turn on the white light and turn it off or
Yeah.
whatever, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that was obviously like for the Moving Inspirations one was more to like the crowd that go to NAFRO shows and a couple of international performers as well who may have been able to check it out. But for the drop-in one, the reason why it meant a lot more to us at that point is because it was for like literally just like the dance community at large. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
and that was something where the piece, like our piece, that same piece at the NAFRO show, like, not that it's similar, like it was still different than anything else, but like that emotion is very much in line with how that show goes. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Where at the drop-in show, like, it's like, you know what I mean? Like that was out of left field. You know what I mean? Like nobody, like,
Yeah.
it's like nobody thought this was how the show was going to end, right? So, we really put our backs into that one for sure. Yeah.
That piece, man. Legit. When I watched you guys do it, and I've watched you guys do it since, obviously, because when I see something dope, I watch it more than once, obviously. And when you first, and I'm just giving my first-hand experience when I was sitting in that seat, as I watch you guys start, no lie, I was there going, okay, did I do what they're doing? Because, right? I mean, come on, you guys do the same thing, right? You guys do the same thing as other dancers, right?
Oh,
Good. Okay, good. Just so we're on full board here. And I was watching, I'm like, can I do that? Like, I'm not going to say about whether or not I could do anything, but when I watch something and it makes me ask, that's when I know it's dope. That's when I know it's dope. Because why am I wondering if I could do that if I'm not identifying with it and if it's not hitting me where it needs to hit me? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that piece, I'll be perfectly honest with you. When, like, I have always approached dance, if we're going to use that term, in a completely different manner than I think a lot of people. Because when I was introduced to dance and hip hop, it was always on a competitive tip. It was always about, yo, it's me or you. Like, period. It's me or you. And the only emotion I've ever felt when it comes to dancing was aggression. But like friendly aggression, obviously. You get where I'm coming from. But that's the only emotion I've ever felt. Grooving in any way whatsoever. Ever. I've never felt any other emotion watching dance or any sort of dance ever in my life. So what the fuck do you think I was thinking after watching your fucking piece and going, oh shit, I think that hit me.
The voice starts breaking and stuff. Oh god.
You know what I'm saying? Oh,
Tight.
shit.
I gotta be a thug.
I think this is it.
Arf.
Like,
Starts barking but trying not to cry and
you
shit.
know, like, bro, I'm coming out like a chihuahua. No, but for real. And one thing I knew, if I never got a chance to tell any of y'all, I know I was going to tell Jeannie this eventually at some point. And today is what better it is to say this, is that actually I felt an emotion that I've never felt in relation to my relationship with dancing ever. I genuinely got a little, you know, I got the feels. And I was like, oh shit, that's fucking weird. Like, I don't get the feels. I don't get the feels when I watch people fucking grooving. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, I don't even, I barely use the word dance. I prefer to use the word groove because to me, what I see is grooving. I don't see dancing. I see grooving. So the only emotion I ever felt grooving was like, you know, that friendly competitive aggression. But y'all made me feel some shit up in this motherfucker where it was like, damn, I legit felt that like all up in this middle section right here. So I've got to ask, has anyone said the same thing to you about that specific piece, or have any of you felt anything that you didn't expect to come out doing that piece?
Franz.
Well, we've heard from everyone.
Okay. Not surprised.
The exact same thing. They really. A lot of people were very vocal about just how that piece made them feel, and for us, as you know, we were working on it. Like the whole purpose of our practices was finding the intention behind the movements, you know. So the fact that we could convey that and you could really feel it in the performance, it really means something. It clearly means something to people, to even to ourselves. I think for myself, it pulled something out of me. I've danced choreography a very long time, but not a lot of it was focused around hip hop. It was a very competitive kind of deal where you looked a particular way, you had to be a particular way, and obviously we worked clean. But
Are you referring to studio style?
I'd never danced studio. I
Okay.
was in street. Actually, I danced studio for like maybe a year, but I
Okay.
was mainly in like crews for
Okay.
a good amount of time.
Okay.
And yeah, so to have that change up where you have to be like this to putting yourself really into it, we all distinctly are ourselves while we're together. It made me feel a type of way for sure.
Clock that.
So only Franz felt something, everyone else is dead inside. Got it.
wait.
I'm playing.
I'll go.
No. You know what? Yo, there was a climactic part of that piece, right? And I was like, yo, like I literally almost stood up and went, what? But I was like, again, this is not the place for me to act all hip hop, so I'm just gonna like relax. In fact, I was with my mom's.
That's what's really going on.
So there you go. You know, we're there to watch my sister. I don't want to call too much attention. Anyway, so the climax.
Yeah, just that emptiness, but like there's so much in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You were moving so little and saying so fucking much.
Facts.
What the fuck was that?
I think
Holy
I think a
shit.
big part of that was just like you could feel the buildup in the piece, just like building just to that one moment. And I remember in our rehearsals, Jeannie was saying like, "No, this is the moment where like you show who we are."
Yeah.
And like it was very intentional for us in the whole performance to not make eye contact with anyone in the audience until that moment. Because it feels like very much like, oh, like I'm not as confident to show you who I am. That's why I don't make eye contact. And then right when that that drops, we're just like, nah, we're here
Trick
now.
ya.
We're ready.
Trick
This
ya.
is who we are.
Yeah.
This is us.
There you go. There you fucking go. That's what I'm
It's
saying.
also
Hell yeah.
it's very meaningful, but also strategic in a way because we don't really have breathers in that set, and that was the only one like breathe.
That's your breather.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it was definitely a breather, right?
Made sense.
I
Made
was
sense.
definitely waiting for it because I could not breathe. I wasn't breathing. I was just dancing, and yeah, and but it was so short too because I definitely needed more of a breather. But it was a good recoil or a good reset for us to go into that freestyle segment at the end where we really give it our all to show who we are and show what this piece means to us.
I'm glad you mentioned conditioning. You literally take me to one of my last questions. Conditioning is so incredibly important in what you're doing. I cannot stress. What is our training regimen for the conditioning?
Oh, this is
I want to hear. I want to hear the work.
This is Robin right here. This guy
Yeah,
is
that's the
Mr.
Robin
Conditioning.
That's the Robin.
Mr. Conditioning himself.
Robin.
The stories he
Mr.
tells me.
Energizer.
No,
What do you put him through?
we didn't like specifically do anything for like this piece.
No,
But-
for how we keep the crew conditioning top level.
I would say so for me specifically, I do weights. So whatever movement that I practice, I just like carry the weights to
y'all
practice
don't
in a
train
way.
together?
Nah,
No, not
No,
not
we
in that
don't
way.
actually-
Not in that way. No. Individually is where we're taking the question.
Yeah.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But in our
Got it.
practices, like there wouldn't be like all right, 30 sets of this and 10 sets of that. No.
Yeah.
Nah, we're just freestyling. We're just ciphering.
That's peak.
Yeah, the thing was we all are not like just created as a crew initially. We were like planning to do this piece, so we just make our commitments to make this piece happen,
Right.
and then eventually it turned into a team. And then we started to practice whenever we are available because we all are into different things right now.
Right.
Yes.
So you haven't had an opportunity to yet get the crew together and train together.
No. So like
Okay.
we have been like, so we've taken, what was it, like the last 3-ish week? Like, so we had a show back in, what was it, like last month? No,
Last
February?
no,
When was
month
that?
and a half. Month and a half.
Month and a half.
month and a half ago. Yeah.
Yeah,
So we
right.
performed for the Steps Dance Convention, which is when all the high schools get together
Mhm.
and learn choreography, and then there's a showcase at the end, right? So these cats performed for that. I was teaching with Cheyenne for the workshops, whatever. And then we had actually like Joe Fresh and Marion join us, whatever the case was. And then we also did like the Heel Appeal show, which was the week after the drop-in thing, and we did a completely
Okay.
different set for that, right? So it's really just like at this point, like Robin was saying, like, yeah, originally, like as much as I wanted a crew like this to happen, and I didn't want it to just end at the piece, all of a sudden all these requests started coming in for us to perform everywhere for everybody's grandmother and their uncle. You know what I mean? So it's like
And you can't
that's how-
necessarily
eh,
do everything. Yeah.
exactly, right? So like
Yeah.
now it's like we kind of got a full schedule for this season out of nowhere, right? Like we're performing for this for the Vibe Network for their Sonic Boom show on May 1st. We're gonna do the Heel Appeal show again at the end of the month, and then we'll be back at the Drop-In Showcase thing in June, right? So to cap off the year, right? So like as soon as people realized that we were a thing, all of a sudden it was like, well, you gotta come here, you gotta come here, right? So we basically kind of get
Keep
together.
stacking up.
It's like, you know, so even if we wanted to like chill and die, like nobody will let us do it apparently, right? So yeah, so we just kind of get together a couple weeks before every single show and just kind of kick it. Other than that, like we
Okay.
keep the schedule pretty open because yeah, cats are busy. Robin's on a different planet now for a while, so we're just chilling
Yeah.
until he gets rid of that stuff, and then we go from there. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I feel that.
yeah,
And then on top of that, yeah, just like all of us are also doing our separate dance journeys and
Yeah, exactly.
as
Yeah.
well, right? Like I'm also a part of like 393, so I've been training with them. And then also like I still have all my stuff in my K-pop dance crew Illicit. And then I know like Franz, he's been teaching, so he's always got dance something going on.
Something going on.
And then Hans, like we're all also just training individually.
Yeah.
Like Robin's saying, he does like weighted, like, I don't know, locks.
Yeah.
Like muscle master locks just with like 25-pound weights on them. I don't know what he
Oh,
does
are you,
exactly.
yo, are you locking with light weights?
Robin,
Yeah,
probably.
it's not like 25 pounds. But I take like 15, 10,
Good.
15, yeah.
That's dope. I like that.
That's a hyperbolic
good.
timetable right there.
No, yeah. And then there's like me and Franz, like we go to we're always like at least once a week we're always hanging out with the breaking community. Legendary Sydney Clausen, always just practicing.
Of course,
there.
CK.
Yeah.
Of course.
We're both like really trying to get better at that craft and that like that part of hip hop, just that the breaking aspect.
Yeah. And
then
know
Ahan,
Genie's got a
Ahan's just
family.
Ahan.
Well, I'm also affiliated with this one Bollywood group.
Oh, for real?
We have a studio, yeah. So we have shows for that sometimes, and yeah, I like to do that part of dance as well. Like Bollywood is something I started with initially, then I got into hip hop more. So.
What is the name of the crew?
It's just Bollywood Fusion Winnipeg. So
Okay.
it's more of a like Robin's also a part of it actually, but he just never shows up. Like a gathering of dancers. It's a studio production, but it's not a crew per se.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Do you guys,
But
is
yeah,
it
yo,
on
real quick,
YouTube?
shout out to them because they just opened up a studio on Henderson Highway.
Yes.
Oh,
in a brand new
nice.
spot, right? So they
Okay.
even for your show, like later on, they'd be dope cast to talk to as they're making big movements in the city as well. You know what I mean? So shout out to
yeah,
the
my
Fusion Studio,
curiosity-
shout out to Bollywood Fusion Winnipeg. Yep.
Yo, we might have to because my curiosity's peaked the second you mentioned it, dog.
Yeah.
Yo, that's another style of dance. It's woo.
Yeah,
Very
we're
interesting.
opening the new studio on April 12th, and it's the grand
Okay.
opening of it. And there's a
Nice.
bunch of workshops lined up. I myself am teaching a class for the first time. It's a Bolly hop class. It's a mix of Bollywood and hip hop and
Yeah, we're all pulling up.
choreo. So it's
So
yeah,
when is this? Wait, when is this?
April 12th.
Yo, that's in like
Yeah,
That's
it's pretty soon.
oh shit.
Oh, that's a Sunday.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's- Okay. Oh, I kind of want to pull up. It's on Henderson.
yeah.
Oh shit, I kind of want to pull up. Yo, are y'all going to the Red Bull workshop?
Yes, sir.
I can't make it.
Okay.
I signed up
Oh.
immediately.
I know.
So did I. I signed up so fast.
Yeah, I was in the middle of a haircut, and then one of the breakers, Daryl, he's cutting my hair, and he's like, "Yo, you signed up?" I was like, "No, not yet. Nah, do it right now."
Right.
So like mid haircut, I'm just on my phone, like, all right, signing up, getting these registering and shit.
So I'm gonna see everyone there except who's not going.
I'm sending Tracy while I watch the kids.
Oh, okay. Cool. Oh, so Tracy, nice. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's gonna be dope though. It's gonna be dope for sure.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. That's gonna be like me thinking, I'm not 50 something.
Yeah.
That's me walking in there like, yeah, no, I'm 20. I swear, I'm totally good. Don't worry.
Absolutely.
I
Absolutely.
trust. It'll be fun.
It is such a
It'll be
good
fun.
opportunity just to like
Yeah.
pick the brains of like current great and like soon to be,
Right.
if not already, legends in the scene. You know what I mean?
Bare facts. You guys want to hear a funny story about hip hop and an intersection with business and media and all that thing?
Yeah, sure.
Funny story. Gene, you remember when we did the breaking at the Olympics episode?
Yep.
Yeah. So obviously I was trying to get Phil
Mhm.
to be part of that series. Not an easy guy.
Yeah.
And
Ill
I'm
Phil?
sure it's yeah. No,
Phil
Phil
Wizard.
Wizard.
Phil Wizard.
Oh, Phil Wizard. Oh,
Yeah, not an easy guy to reach. I thought it wouldn't be too hard because we've got like a million mutuals. So I'm like, guy, like literally, look at my page. I'm bona fide. This isn't I'm not
Yeah.
some fucking, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
yeah.
nah, couldn't get him. I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. Another opportunity came up. He was doing something, and I felt it was newsworthy enough that we should do something. So I'm like, okay, let's try again. Again, couldn't get him. Like, I don't know if he has like, if he DMs, like he doesn't do business through DMs, but it's not like he has contact in. I couldn't find any contact information for a manager or PR or anything. Okay, so I'm like, so I guess he makes himself inaccessible. That's fine too. I ain't got a problem with that. Red Bull coming to Winnipeg. Phil's coming. Again, I'm like, this is probably the best reason to try and hook up an episode. So then when the social media posting went out, I found out who was doing PR for Red Bull. And it's my homie. And I'm like, guy, can you hook up Phil?
Yeah.
I'm like, got it. Can you hook up Phil? Yeah, let's make it happen. Oh, so now I'm gonna get Phil because I went through PR. Okay, that's fine. I get it. No, but no. Respect Dalton's my boy. I love him.
Dope.
No, you see what I'm saying? This is gonna be your future, FYI. If you're still involved in hip hop in the future, these are things. You think something should be so easy to pop off, but once the Olympics come into play, it's like not necessarily. And you actually had to book a breaker through PR.
So that's the overarching lesson here. You got to keep practicing until you're unreachable.
Yeah, that is the lesson. Until
nobody can get a hold of you, keep practicing.
Straight up and down. Jeez.
There you go.
God damn. Well, yo, fellas, I really want to thank you for spending time with us in the lounge space. We spent a lot of time today, but it's all good. When an episode's going really well, we don't cut that shit off. We ride that shit. So thank you for spending time with us in the lounge space today. Big up the team. Salute to all of you. I respect what's guaning. I really, really want to see so much more from y'all. Okay. And I wanna last thing I want to say to y'all before we let y'all go. Y'all need to record that piece. Full production. Have you thought about it yet?
Why not?
Is it already done?
Well, we have a studio version that we do have a studio version that was a single cam that still technically I'm supposed to drop, but and Han's really mad that I haven't yet. So but if we ever do a multicam version, yeah, for sure. And then as soon as we leave the building, Han will message me and say, where is it? So I gotta make sure that when we do it.
After watching it though, I'm gonna encourage you to not, because I messed up at the end, right?
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, the part where we take
the shirt, yeah.
it didn't come off, and I was like, oh, well, this is just draft, right? I'll just laugh.
This is a draft.
Yeah.
And then he pulls up.
We gotta reteach this to Robin though, because I know I asked Robin if he remembers these. He's like, guys, I do not remember this one. We have to do it again.
He just remembers the climax.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Remember the part where he doesn't have to actually know the choreo, and he can just
choreo.
All the party knows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit.
Not bad, bro.
Well, all I'm saying is it was a great piece. I think it deserves a multicam production on YouTube. It deserves a multicam production on YouTube.
We'll get it sorted.
That'll be the last thing we do this year. Then fine.
It deserves
guys. Just because the OG asked, we have to do it. So Robin, go get
no
for sure.
No, legit. Y'all did so well with that piece. I feel like it would be criminal to not share that with as many people on this planet as possible.
Appreciate it.
Legit.
No,
appreciate it.
Y'all need to do it.
That one.
And you know what? That'll get you more bookings.
Professional
bookings. Professional bookings.
There you go.
Load up your YouTube page with good content. Get those bookings. Get that bag.
So we don't have to work no more. Hey.
I was gonna say Robin's checking his work schedule as we speak.
he's like, hey, guys, I can't do the 15th. I'm working that day.
And on that note, thank you very much for spending time with us in the lounge space. It's been a pleasure. The team, Jeannie, Jay Little, Ahan, Franz, and Robin. Drop the team socials so people know where to find you.
At
Bro's gotta search it up. Dude, I don't have it up either, so I'm like, oh god, don't ask me.
Wait a minute. There's an
At
underscore.
the team _ATT.
There you
That's
go,
the
swag.
That's
swag,
the
swag.
one. We're all like, I don't even know what it is.
At the team underscore ATT because it's the team all the time.
Mm.
Yes, yes.
Oh,
All
that's
the
what the
time, we the
ATT
team.
was. Oh
Oh my
shit!
God.
I didn't know that's what it was. I'm like,
And
yo,
on that note, you can find them on socials at the team underscore
Oh my god.
ATT. Is it all socials? What socials can they find you?
That's it. We just got Instagram as of right now, and
Okay.
that's that. Yeah,
All right.
Yeah.
Okay then. And it's like that. Yo, thanks,
Like that.
fellas. And we out. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.